Welcome back. Kicking things off with some crazy hardware news. We have seen foldable phones, but how about stretchable screens? Researchers have developed a new OLED prototype that can literally stretch to double its original size without the image getting distorted or brightness fading. Unlike previous attempts that used rigid islands of pixels, this new design allows for actual light emitting material to expand. This could be huge for wearable health monitors that need to flex with your skin, or even adaptable dashboard displays in cars. It's still in the lab, but the form factor possibilities are pretty wild. Moving on to security, this is a big one, also related to Cloudflare. The researchers just dropped a deep dive into critical vulnerability they found in their infrastructure. It involves Acme protocol. That's what handles SSL certificates. Essentially, by exploiting how Cloudflare validated certificate challenges, the researcher demonstrated a way to potentially access hosts globally, bypassing normal protections. It's a fascinating, albeit terrifying, read on how subtle logic bugs on edge computing can have massive blast radius. If you're into bug bounties or network security, you need to read this right about. Um, Moving on to coding, if you're a JavaScript developer looking to build AI agents, this is a new player in town. The team that originally built Gatsby has launched Mastra 1.0. So it's an open source framework specifically for building AI agents in TypeScript. What's cool is that it's not just a wrapper. It comes with built-in memory management, workflows, and tool execution. Since it's from Gatsby folks, the developer experience is polished right off the gate. If you have been wrestling with the LangChain and want something that feels a bit more web native, give this a look. And Copilot also released their SDK recently that wraps Copilot CLI or Copilot agent. Um, let's talk databases a little bit. So Haki Benita is back with another incredible deep dive into Postgres SQL. So this time focusing on unconventional optimizations, and that's the list here. So we're not talking about basic indexing. He covers things like pre-warming caches, using unlock table feature for temporary speed boosts, and some very clever tricks with partial indexes. If you're running a large Postgres instance and feel like you have hit a wall with standard tuning, this article is a goldmine of break glass in case of emergency performance hacks. Um, Moving on to AI, OpenAI has released technical paper detailing their approach to age prediction. So this is relevant for anyone working on safety systems or identity verification. If you have children playing Roblox, you probably received those age verification emails last week. So rather than just a simple regression model, they break down how they use multimodal signals to estimate the user age with higher privacy preservation. They discuss the trade-offs between false positives, accidentally blocking an adult, and safety. It's a rare look under the hood at safety architecture that sits around LLMs that we use every day. And if you noticed, they did say that Sora will have more content because they're doing this. So we'll see, watch the space how actually Sora implements age verification. That'll be interesting. Um, WordPress. So if you manage WordPress sites, you gotta listen up here. It's a massive vulnerability that was found in Advanced Custom Fields plugin, ACF plugin, which is installed on literally millions of sites. The bug allows unauthenticated attackers to gain admin privileges. And the scary part, it's already being actively exploited. Over 50,000 sites have reportedly already been hit. That's yesterday's news. So if you use ACF, stop this video right now and go update immediately. This is drop everything kind of patch. And we have seen this before with worms that go in the CMS software. Used to be pretty common. I haven't seen the WordPress in a while though. But plugins are plugins. In system design, we often default to soft deletes, setting a flag to delete it instead of actually removing data. This sounds safe, but this article argues that it might be a trap. The author walks through the downstream nightmares that this causes: unique index conflicts, complex where clauses in every single query, GDPR compliance headaches, of course. So it's a great architectural reality check. They suggest alternatives like moving deleted rows to separate archive table. A really good read if you're designing a schema right now. Um, Article or the whole website is currently not available, so using cache here. Um, Moving on, if you're experimenting with AI coding assistance in the terminal, but given an AI permission to execute shell commands, it's a little risky. So this blog post explores how to run Cloud code effectively without destroying your machine. So the author sets up sandbox environment using Docker and restricted permissions, allowing the AI to be autonomous enough to be useful, but contained enough to not use RMRF at your home directory. And it's a practical guide for anyone who wants to take the training wheels off their AI tool safety. And by the way, if you use subagents in Cloud Code or Codex, they also have similar Docker-based sandboxes for when they start multiple things. So this is just a more manual way to run the main agent too. Another blog post. So Stripe's engineering blog just dropped a piece of on a topic nobody likes to talk about: maintenance. So they argue that maintenance isn't just fixing bugs, um, but it's a primary mechanism of learning how your system actually works. So they detail their internal culture of operability, where understanding the failure modes of legacy code is valued just as high as shipping new features. So if you try to improve your team's engineering culture, send this to your manager. That Stripe is in an interesting business where this is probably very important, or more important than new features. And finally, let's zoom out, way out again into space. So the Long Now Foundation shared a fascinating look at the astronomical engineering feat. It involves the Hoover Dam. Most people don't know this, but terrazofloor at the dam is actually a massive star map. It marks the exact date of the dam's construction based on the precession of the equinoxes. It's designed to be readable for the next 26,000 years, effectively acting as a time capsule for future civilizations to date the structure even if our calendar is lost. It's a beautiful intersection of civil engineering and astronomy. See you tomorrow.